my favorite definition of an extrovert. An extrovert does their best, highest, most creative thinking out loud. They need to bounce things off of other people. They need to talk it out. They need affirmation. They need to, have someone else tell them that they're thinking along the right lines, or other people to help fuel the creative imagination. And I think for me, that is the most accurate definition I've ever heard of an extrovert. Now, they sometimes are misinterpreted as being attention seekers, as, having to, or interrupting people all of the time, that they have to always be in the spotlight. Some of that can be true, but again, I'm going to go to that intrinsic place, that soul deep need or motivation, okay? Because they have a soul deep need to be accepted by other people, and they do that usually verbally by having conversations with others. So let's talk about introverts. When it comes to introverts, we're just going to do the converse of how I defined an extrovert. They do their best, highest, most creative thinking silently, alone, in solitude. And they want other people to leave them alone. And I know some of you introverts are chuckling because you identify with this. You introverts in the room, okay? And I love doing this work because I just reading your facial expressions and body languages, and seeing how you guys relate to this, because it's a daily occurrence, isn't it? These are those types of things in the workplace that can cause frustration and tension. And as leaders, I'll tell you right now, you're dealing with this every day, whether you realize it or not. Because your most important role in leadership is taking care of your people. I believe in the teach them to fish methodology. That means I'm not trying to catch all the fish myself. I'm teaching a lot of other people how to fish, so we'll have a much greater catch. Okay? So we've got to make sure that we pour into our people. So if an introvert does their best, highest, and most creative thinking in solitude, in silence, alone. And then you have an extrovert who does their best and highest creative thinking out loud, talking to other people. Let me get your feedback. What do you think? You got any ideas? Hey, let's collaborate. Let's do a group think, right? What happens in the workplace when those two are seated next to each other? Right? I mean, you see the introvert, you see the red start creeping up the neck. And there it goes to the ears. I mean, sometimes it hits the nose. And then the extrovert is coming to the leader sometimes and going, well, I'm trying to get them to help me with it, but they just don't want to cooperate. I don't know what their problem is. And then the introvert's coming to the leader and going, I'm trying to focus. If they would just leave me alone, I'd actually be able to get the work done. So what do you do as a leader with that? You can keep trying to fight it. I tell people all the time, you can absolutely 100%, you can shove a square peg into a round hole. You can do that. And you know what you will end up doing from that point on? Spending your money, your time, and your energy pulling splinters. It'll be a constant, ongoing battle. But when you as a leader begin to understand that these are intrinsic needs that your people have based on their natural wiring, I'm telling you folks, they're born like this. If you think you're going to try to train it out of them, take a deep breath and just realize it's not going to happen. But you can learn to teach people and work with them and teach them how to work more effectively with each other. And sometimes, if your circumstances afford the opportunity, maybe you're strategic and you exercise a little wisdom and you figure out some ways to help the extrovert and the introvert work together more effectively.